Hello and welcome. This is Donna. I would like to share today an altered book. It's going to be a farm journal, and I made the bag out of vintage fabric, and I used the method from Robin Dudley Howe, where she uses fabulous laces and trims and does a kind of a flip over. Please check out her channel. And so that's the bag. I'll just put that there. And the journal has 4 signatures. Let's get right in. Lots of seam binding and ribbon and lace trims. The amazing sketched images come from a book that my friend Pam Musselman copied for me, and they're throughout the book. And so it's really dedicated to farms in across the U.S., but I think most of the photographed farm pictures are Pennsylvania or upstate New York. So I kind of imagine this family at this farm and the things that they're interested in, and we'll go through there and I'll point those out. This is some of my pressed flowers from my own garden. This is pineapple sage, and it flowers at the end of the season. Really lovely. The binding method is an open spine, and this is inspired by Heather from Ruby and Pearl XO. And here is the back, and I do, like I said, have more pressed flowers throughout. Just used a coin envelope. I love this fabric, and you'll see that there are lots of pages from a farmer's almanac or seed catalogs, or even a farmer's magazine journal. Oh, and of course the Sears and Roebuck catalogs. So let's get right in here. I'm going to have to use something to kind of prop here. Actually, stick it right under there. First part, we have some pages that I made that you can journal on the back. On this farm, they really love animals, and one of the daughters shows dogs and loves dogs, and the other one is very much into equestrian and rides horses. So there's just a postcard. This is Kathy Holden fabric. Over here, I made one of my slides and used New York aster, which is a native plant, and a moth on a clip with some lace. Turn this into a belly band. And these are, I'm not sure if they're Finnish, but I'll try to find the Etsy seller. These cards are all through it. I absolutely love them. And there is a nice photo of the haystack, a seed packet for petunias, because they love to do a flower garden on their farm as well. Some antique velvet ribbon. I have been getting over a respiratory problem for about 6 weeks, and I apologize for any coughing, uncontrollable sniffing, or crackled voice. So there we go. I got that out of the way. There's one of the herding dogs for the sheep. They have, not only do they grow corn, but they also have many farm animals. This is a postcard from the Cooperstown, New York Farmers Museum. Some tickets that Pam gifted me. Wonderful Happy Meals from her that include milk caps and things like that. A biology book. Just made this little image, fussy cut, and blueprint of the home that they hope to build on the farm. There's a charm with a dog. And here we get into some of the show horses. Another place to journal. Love this image out in the garden. A cottage garden where you grow your vegetables right in with your flowers. I do that. And here's the dogs. Here is the farmer teaching one of the boys to drive a tractor. This is from a vintage ledger. There's 2 ledgers in here. One is 1910 and one is, I think, 18 something. Anyways, there's also a haberdashery. I'll show you that though. Place to write. And here's some of the photos from the farm book I was telling you about, of farms, and if I can open it, in New York and Pennsylvania. Gorgeous. Although that looks like Washington State, so just saying. Another place to journal. Here we have the 1911 one. And I did a little collage there with some old Tim Holtz cutouts. There's some more dogs and a little pocket here. Wonderful image of the farmer driving the tractor, and a custom receipt ticket. This is one of my favorites, the Clover Farm ad. Boy, that's beautiful shape. Thank you, Pam. And then the farmer with a photo of the tractor, a vintage bingo card, because we played games on the weekends. And here is a Tim Holtz card. You know, I'm just going to pull some of these out. I love this one because it has glitter on one side, the image of the cherries. Maybe they have a cherry tree. And the farmer. Can you imagine being all dressed up to work on the farm? Wow. The blueprint again. There's a lot of vintage fabrics and trims throughout here. There's just a little pocket I made. And a dog. And a gentleman cutting wood for the fire. There's some kittens that were born out in the barn. Well taken care of cats, though. Very well taken care of. Whether they're in the farmhouse or in the barn. Aren't they beautiful? And a botanical image. Morning Glory seed packet. And as we flip this out, this opens into that image from a Victorian calendar, I think, or an address book. And then I just made this little vignette. There's an advertisement and another picture of one of the children on the horses. These horses on the farm are absolutely huge because they're workhorses too, not just for show. Botanical. Parts of maybe Grandma's quilt that was no longer repairable, so I made pockets out of them. And here's a little plain card, vintage. And here is the sewing machine that maybe the mother, the farmer's wife, would like for Christmas. So she pulled it out of the Sears and Roebuck catalog and maybe put it in his jacket pocket so he would notice. I'll just put that aside. And here is a expense ledger. And I think it could be like from, you know, the local store, Haberdashery, which has a milk churn, eggs, and things like this on here. Or it's a farm journal. And here we have a pull-out here with the show horses on this side. And then this one has a place to journal, and another one of those images. This is of the smokehouse. Just some stickers I put on there. And some of the recipes that they're going to try out. Bread and butter pickles, that's a staple. And some other things like steamed cranberry pudding. So some of her favorite recipes are tucked in here. Here is the Farmer's Almanac from 1879. Grandpa swears by this. You have to know what's coming weather-wise before you plant. This is from a seed catalog from the 1950s. I just made a little collage. Bees are extremely important. Without them, we wouldn't have a farm or trees. The horse, another ticket. Just another place to draw. And here is part of one of those images again. Beautiful stone barn. And this is the family with one of the babies playing on the hay. The mother and child. This is one of the licenses for the show dogs. And I printed that on vellum. Here I did a collage with the local rabbits. One of the rabbits helping himself to the lettuce in the garden. Another one of those beautiful cards. And a a receipt, milk receipt. Look at the phone number, HF4-2210. That's amazing. It's Lockport, New York. That's not far from me. I love how the receipts had so many beautiful images on them. Okay, just kind of try to duck that back there. This is the order form for the seed catalog. And we mentioned one of the girls loved equestrian studies and wear. And here she pulled the page out of the Sears and Roebuck catalog about saddles and bridles. Once again, hoping for Christmas. When I was a child, my mom would set us all on the couch and hand us a catalog, whether it was the Sears catalog or even as we got older, the JCPenney's, and we all had a crayon, and we called it the wish book. And we would circle what we wanted. It was kind of like picking. And, no, I picked that. No, I picked that. So, you know, still could figure out how to make a fight out of it, but not too badly, though. But it did occupy us for hours. This is, again, from that Farmer's Almanac. It really was very detailed, the Farmer's Almanac. Look at all these signs that you would have to know that whole language. And here's a wonderful rusted paper clip from my friend Pam. I love the style of this. And this image on this Kodak slide is of trees in a field. There's a wonderful coupon that if you saved enough stamps, green stamps, I'm going to put a package of H&S green stamps in here too, because I do have a lot of those, I just forgot. And if you saved enough stamps, you could get this beautiful dishware. Another farm, actually that was a restaurant. Oh, it was a dairy restaurant. Nice. And this beautiful sheet music. It became very brittle, so I repaired it with some washi tapes. And here's another recipe. Coffee cakes, Grandma Hatch's spice cake, sour milk cake. So some more recipes to try out. And then another piece of the quilt. In here is a beautiful photo of horses and a beautiful photo, an updated photo of the barn and the outbuildings. Obviously, I have a Wegmans near me, and I just loved the image on this butter packet, so I did make a journaling card out of it and a little pocket right in the quilt. Botanical image. There we have the rooster and the hen, and another photo of the hay wagon. Can't have a farm without apples. And more of the beautiful, drawings. And this is how to date old buildings by the type of nails, a square nail. Here's more of the dog show information. I made a pocket using more Kathy Holden fabric, and just a little card. This is I'm not sure if this is Japanese or not. And then the ABC card for one of the little children learning to read and write. Here we have another one of those ledgers. This is now 1916. I reinforced them with washi tapes. This is an ad about a cream separator from a farm magazine. Another little collage I did. And there's the children playing in the field. Another one of these farm receipts, milk receipts. This is on a court document. So maybe they were talking about the land, I'm not sure. This is a $1945. I just tore it off of a calendar. And there's the pigs, or the hogs. some more of that music sheet. I reinforce it with some beautiful vintage velvet. Oops. Rabbit. This is a French piece of farm ephemera. I just love the color and the texture. It's very buttery, and it has advertisements on it. This is a also a French piece. It's a bird and about the bird. Another beautiful farm image. There we go. And a place to journal. I love this one. Clean and healthy hogs. Yes, definitely, we need that. Some polka dotted Swiss, someone's handkerchief and doily, and these cute little tags, and the cows. Love these little cards. It flips over, and I made a little belly band tuck, kind of a belly band. And there's the horses. And then here's a wonderful piece about hinges, wooden hinges, and a story about the chicken house. You need fresh eggs on the farm. An owl that's out in the woods, some farm equipment there, that part of that document. And on here we have the wonderful cider ad. The one of the little boys built a snowman under the clothesline. Look at that. That's so sweet. I love it. How many quarts of milk did they get? Bulk milk, heavy cream. So nice. Part of the advertising page. A page out of an address book that you can write on. And even though there was a lot of work going on in the farm and sometimes money was tight, there were always like little treasures that the family had, and one of them was a lace collection. So you have these beautiful laces, and just to take time and stitch this at night to relax and have some creativity. And I took this cup of tea from one of the doilies, or not, sorry, one of the handkerchiefs, and turned it into a pocket. Beautiful horses. These horses are huge. And then here we are, an educational little piece about learning about the wheat that they grow, or the barley. That looked like wheat to me. There's a lot of trims with seam binding and pieces of lace. There's the show dogs again. I did a kind of a crazy stitch around these pieces of lace and made a pocket out of it. You can see that's from a handkerchief. And in this pocket, there's some more of those cards. And this is a photo of the farm. I'm not really sure what all that meant on the back there. And it flips up, and you have to have apples on the farm. This is from a children's book. I just liked the scenery a lot. Look at that, beautiful. Well, the owls up in the corner. Little tidbits of lace trim and silk and things like that. And here's a place to write. I'm gonna have to, I'll hold it. I'll do this. And it opens up, and then here we have a piece about the dream house, what they would like to build. Maybe they're going to purchase some plans, and that will be the new farmhouse on the property. Bees and bumblebees. We have to have our bees, like I said, so this is just a little diagram and some information about the beehive. maybe they've decided to sell honey and they are going to grow more flowers and attract more bees and keep a hive. I just loved this fabric. This is a Walmart special. It's not vintage, but I just loved it. Music sheets. The cat playing with a piece of string. And once again, one of those images. Seed catalog. Wonderful little bird paper clip. And I have a mushroom identification card. Another receipt. Another dairy receipt there. And that is about a saddle horse. More information about the farm animal. See? This is a workhorse. Beautiful barn. Beautiful barn. And a flock of sheep. Information about that. How do we depend on our cows? Seed catalog. Some common birds in their homes. I like that. This folds out. And that's also from the seed catalog. Another one of those milk caps images. And another piece of that gorgeous scraps of Grandma's quilt that I made a pocket into. And I just put these rabbits behind there. This is a great advertisement. They're so pristine. I don't know how you did that, Pam. And then one of the children learning to ride one of the horses. I'm just going to set this aside. I'll tuck all this back in. Cat. And there's more information about the bees and the beehive. A botany book image. And this little collage in the back of that children's book page. And here is a thing about steers. Botanical book. And this is, I printed on vellum a document, tobacco and cigar receipt. This is a postcard from France. I loved the cattle, you know, going through that mountain. So I wanted to include that Kathy Holden fabric. And that is it. So there we are, and that's the back again. If you are interested in this, it has not been sold. You can DM me on my Instagram. I will link that down below. Thank you for taking the time to look at my farm journal, kind of artisanal fantasy of the farm and the farm life and the things they would collect. Thank you for your time. You have a wonderful day. Bye.